16 women every single day are killed in India, not for war, not for crime, but for dowry. And we call this a sacred union. The deaths of Twisha Sharma and Deepika Nagar have once again ignited a debate about the dowry system in India. These dowry related deaths reveal an ugly picture of the Indian marriage market. Indian marriages, which are patriarchal, capitalist, and racist in nature, start with dowry and end with alimony. In this cumbersome journey between dowry and alimony, the touch of humanity is missing. Since childhood, we have been accustomed to attending the big fat wedding tamasha. At the center of that tamasha is one normalized crime, dowry. The higher the post, the heavier the dowry demands. The lower the post, the lighter the dowry. In either case, the dowry demands are non-negotiable. To pay for it, families drawn in debt before the wedding night even begins. The marriage market runs on patriarchy, so expecting reform from men is naive. The tragedy is even financially independent women don't challenge it. In this market, their voice is negligible. Why would they? Since childhood, they are told they are Papa ki pari, meaning they are conditioned to uphold, not question the norms of a patriarchal household. And how does a Papa ki pari rebel against the same household that named her? Now, here is the real question. We have laws against dowry, so why is it still prevalent? The answer lies in the nature of the marriage market. In India, marriage is seen as an inevitable phenomenon. Marriage isn't a choice. It is treated like your final destination. And why is marriage inevitable? To beget children. The sole purpose of marriage is to beget children. A male child is desired the most so that the ancestral property can be bequeathed to them. After all, daughters are paraya dhan. The problem lies with this nature of the inevitability of marriage. When something is inevitable, then there must be someone who controls the system, and the strings of the marriage market are in the hands of the patriarchs. They are sitting at the top echelon of the marriage market who, despite laws against the dowry system, decide that without happy material fulfillment, marriage can't be solemnized. Indian families cross three steps to get their children married. Step 1, the search, where brides and grooms are filtered by bank balance. Step 2, dowry negotiation. And finally, the fat wedding night. In this marriage market, the groom's family holds the power in every step. But here is the twist. At step 1, women become patriarchs too. Mothers and aunts scan brides like products. Height, weight, skin tone, everything matters. Rejected for a pimple, selected for being fair. This applies to grooms as well, but they have one ace, money. And in this market, a man's salary outweighs a woman's degree every single time. The second step is the most ominous one, dowry negotiation. As the concept of daughters being paraya dhan is heavily loaded in our culture, the faster you marry them off, the better. And faster always comes with a price tag. Without dowry, marriage seems almost impossible. Exceptions are there. Sometimes dowry is called a gift. It has been normalized to such an extent that those who are defying dowry norms are celebrated as rebels. Another dimension of it is that those males who defy dowry norms are considered by the bride's family as faulty human beings. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है इसमें kind of thing. Dowry is not an isolated system. It comes with a shopping list, A car, a bike, a fridge, an AC, a bed, a washing machine, a wardrobe, a trunk, etc. must be given on a designated day before marriage. Without these things, marriage seems imperfect. And here is a logic they give you. Don't worry, we will buy gold for the bride with your cash. So your daughter gets gold and society gets proof of how rich her in-laws are. Everybody wins, right? No, because this is where we dehumanize people. In order to settle a marriage, quite often the bride's family has to be in a submissive position. This is the reflection of an unequal society that we have created. Why is the bride's family quite often in a submissive position? Because daughters have less weight or importance in life? I have seen people put their head at the feet of the groom's father during dowry negotiation. Why? Because we have decided our daughters have less value? Think about that. We call it a sacred union, but it starts with one family bowing down to another. In the name of tradition, we have made submission a ritual, and the cost isn't just dignity but a financial strain. To fulfill the dowry demand and to execute the one night of perfection, families take loans. This makes their life all the more cumbersome. It is the financial strain that leads to the preference for a boy child after marriage. A daughter is an expense, they think. The final step is to organize a fat wedding night. This happens because in this country, marriage is no more a private affair. It is a societal affair. Everything must seem perfect and glorious. A palatial setup, delicious food, a grand jaymala, and filmy photo shoots add color to the event. But at the same time, it hides the pain that arises from the financial strain just to celebrate this so-called perfect night. Once marriage is solemnized, it is believed that the parents' responsibility is over. The home where a daughter was born feels foreign to her after that. Occasional visits are all she can access to. It is taught to her that now her in-laws are her new parents. She must be in their good books throughout married life. It is this faulty concept that creates a gap between daughters and parents. Even if she goes through abuses, she refrains from complaining to her parents. Consequently, she feels isolated, and many a time life seems so cumbersome that either suicide or divorce is the only option. But since divorce is not normalized, taking one's life seems easy. To conclude, right from the search for a suitable partner until the marriage is solemnized, one thing is missing, and that is emotional well-being. Only material well-being is at its center. When there are no emotions involved, when everything is measured by material standards, then where lies an individual's autonomy? And when individual autonomy is at stake, everything falls apart. Dear viewers, my question to you is, if a sacred union starts with bowing, date and dehumanization, can it ever be sacred? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, do subscribe to this channel and also share the video. Thanks once again.